Fanon stuff/pairings. While it's no doubt important to talk about Marisa in her true form from the games and print work, we all know that the way we view the cast from Touhou in terms of their personality and quirks have mainly been from the bloody shit tons of fan work everyone has created. So I believe a section dedicated specifically to this couldn't hurt. It might shed some light as to why you interpret this character as they are, and you might have never known why. Another part we'll be discussing is the pairings. When it comes to fan work, just in general, people tend to pair characters up for many reasons. Maybe the personalities are in sync, which is why they enjoy the pairing, or it could be the entire opposite, which makes it more dynamic. Whatever the case, you can't stop pairing, especially for a series that got a huge boost to its popularity because of its fan work. Let's start it off, shall we? Despite her self-indulgent personality and lack of concern for others, or more likely due to those things, Marisa happens to be one of the most popular characters within fanbase, winning the Touhou popularity contest of 2004 and 2005. Hey, when it comes to being an asshole, we all know Marisa does it the best. She appears to be an icon for the Touhou project, who appears in many fan work games, mostly as a playable character or boss, and in other fan-made anime and artwork. Marisa has a tremendous amount of fan pairings and may sometimes seduce them, mostly with other popular characters like Reimu, Alice Markatron, and Nitori Kawashiro, Flandre Scarlet, Patchouli Knowledge, and Rinnosuke, which I will discuss why Marisa is paired with each person listed here. Sometimes she's the center of a group or the cause for fights, but it has caused some dislike for Marisa in the fanbase. Due to canon, there's a tendency for her to be treated as an intrusion in fandom. At the time when the video Marisa Stole the Precious Thing became popular as a Marisa and Alice pairing meme, many related videos were made, and among them were severe memes that tended towards perverted actions. However, due to adverse reaction and passage of time, this has somewhat decreased in popularity. Decreased, but not dead, that's for sure. Remember when I mentioned about being an asshole? This paragraph will sum it up. Marisa is often depicted as the antagonist of many fan works, where she may have no feelings for many characters. She's also depicted as a serious thief in many fan works due to her burglary in canon, nicking everything ranging from the SDM's library, Alice's doll, and Hakare Shrine's offertory box. The offertory box might not be the best of ideas. Without waiting or turning back, she used a white mass spark to blow apart the door, saying, "I'll bore it to death, Z," while taking things away right in front of the person, threatening violence when detected. However, the victim isn't bothered about this. Well, when you're in love with Marisa, I guess you excuse a motherfucking master spark to your house. Damn, love does some crazy shit. Remember way back when I talked about Z and why it might have been confusing? Another paragraph that will help you with this. Due to her popular use of Z in her speech style, in the past anyway, many fans tend to frequently or always add Z exclusively at the end of her dialogue, which is very unnatural. Well, I am glad someone else thought it was unnatural. Putting Z in any speech is regardless, even if it breaks the grammar. Example, "What's this, Z?" Exactly! That was the shit I used to experience when I first started reading doujin work that involved Marisa. I was like, what the fuck? Is this her catchphrase or what? She also used Z to mean yes. It can be stylistically written with a star, a tool for emphasis, or capitalized Latin letters to make Z. Some fans take this as she's intentionally acting paradoxically, seeing a girlish expression underneath it. Since most girls don't speak in this manner normally, it's become a notable unofficial characteristic for her. Fuck, when I was learning this series, I seriously thought this was how Marisa always spoke, but I tried to learn it in the end. Similarly, many fans in the English community put Z or the Z in the end of her lines too, even if it's grammatically incorrect and doesn't make any sense. Although she speaks with masculinity, she's never using ore, is another I, which is used by males. In regards to this, some fans who aren't careful with canon details make Marisa use ori in their fan works and end up getting criticized for it. For anyone who's planning on making a doujin work with kanji, take note of that. Let's talk about her reference in League of Legends. In LoL, there's a character named Lux Crown Guard who has a number of possible references to Marisa, such as having an ultimate spell card called Bottom Spark. In the lore of the game, Lux is also known to have copied and used the spell Dark Binding from Morgana, another character in the game. She also has a skin that resembles a cross between Mima and Marisa. In one of her voice overlines, she states,
"Light mage? I'm just an ordinary mage."
Which may also be a reference. Additionally, her designer, Shurila, is known to be a Touhou fan. Shurila, slow as applause, as you're my motherfucking hero. Even if I've rarely played LoL, it's still nice to come back from time to time to Master Spark some assholes. Any of you guys played Super Marisa? This next one will relate to that. Due to her love of mushrooms, the lack of flying without her broom, and the similarity in name, she has been compared to Mario from the Super Mario series. Due to this, She has been given the role of the main character of works such as Super Marisa World and Super Marisa Land, where she'll have extreme similarities in gameplay and style to Mario. This extends to other features Mario has shown throughout the series, even to the extent of other characters in Touhou. Also, recently, Westerners are calling urban legend in Limbo Marisa's Mansion. Okay, the last bit about the mansion, I can't lie, I laughed a bit from it. This makes me want to play Luigi's Mansion. There's a few more miscellaneous stuff I want to talk about regarding her. She tends to be super handsome since she has a manly speaking style. She's typically fitted into the male role by Japanese fans and is sometimes depicted as handsome in a male form. One extreme example of Marisa being masculine would be the muscular Cho Marisa. This has been compared to Rinnosuke's Menosuke. The scary part is that there's a product of the Cho Marisa. I can honestly say I was scarred a bit. Another thing that would be calling her black and white, which makes sense since that's the main color she wears. There's also the Jessica Ushiromiya's cosplay. Just to know, I don't know what the fuck this is or the premise of it. All I know is that it has a video with girls playing in a band dressed as the girls. In the visual novel Umi Niko no Naku Korini, Jessica performs in a concert dressed as Marisa. In episode 6 of the anime, her friends are also dressed as Sakuya, Aya, and Alice. For those who do know the series, let me know as I'm kinda curious after the video. Let's talk about the Touhou hijack lol meme. Marisa is a character pictured in the original Touhou hijack image, a 4chan meme involving disrupting a discussion in a thread about announcing a hijack with this image and then posting large amount of Touhou fan work. Now, I've never been to 4chan, so I don't know how prevalent this was back in the day, as I only started Touhou seriously in 2013. So it might have died off by then, or it could be going on right now, and I don't know since I never browsed it. Either way, it would have been fun to see it and watch it explode. And the infamous oof 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 laugh. This was a laugh Marisa did in Phantasmagoria back in PC98. This laugh is usually associated with the red hair Marisa in Eastern. The last bit is jealous of Reimu, and this one I've actually noticed quite often. In more serious fan work, Marisa is often depicted as being secretly jealous of Reimu, frustrated that the Shrine Maiden wastes her full potential by not training and still manages to be stronger than Marisa herself, who needs to train heavily to have any power at all. And many times when I read doujin work related to it, it tends to be more drama-like, but a good read nonetheless. Pairings. As mentioned earlier, there's a lot of fan pairings for the series, especially for Marisa. Let's go through all of them, as I believe she's got the most out of the whole cast. The first pairing will be Reimu and Marisa, or Reimari. Reimu and Marisa appear as playable main characters, usually both in the same game in almost every Touhou game. And let's not forget about the print works here, making this the most popular pairing in Touhou ever since the beginning. They are also shown to be acquainted in several places in the game, sharing a sort of on-again, off-again camaraderie. This is a rather popular pairings with fan authors, mostly displaying the contrast between Marisa's sassy, easygoing, and spontaneous attitude, and Reimu's more unabashed, laid-back, and level-headed demeanor. Artists like Rocket Fuel 21 slash Aki Ida and Asian Big Brother Generation like to portray an affectionate and aggressive Reimu and a bashful Marisa, or Marisa crushing painfully on her in the second case, but those need to be taken into account as very personal interpretations those authors choose. After all the works I've read, whatever the interpretations are, I'll be fine with as long as the story are good. The phrase Boku no Mitsukite Shinjutsu wa Reimari, my discovered truth is Reimari, it's commonly used to express support for Reimari. Okay there. I like my pairing as much as the next dude, but I don't think we really need a phrase for them. But hey, to each their own. I mean, I have a YouTube channel dedicated to Touhou, so I can't really say shit. The next one is Alice and Marisa, or Mari Ari, or Malice. We'll stick with Malice since that sounds pretty damn cool. Anyway, Alice and Marisa makes up the magic team of Imperishable Night, and as the two are both witches living in the same forest and have occasional quarrels, they're often shown to be friends. Fan works in which they have a relationship vary greatly, with one of the most popular interpretations of Malice being Alice acting like a typical tsundere towards Marisa, usually because Alice is a yokai and Marisa is not. It was bolstered by Marisa Stole the Precious Thing video. Other times, Alice and or Marisa will be less exaggerated tsundere with strong feelings about the others but unable to express them. In scenarios where they have a fully blossomed recognized relationship, it tends to be a love-hate, since Marisa is outwardly and Alice is more of a calm, collected type. Sounds almost like imperishable in terms of their dynamic. The phrase Mari Ari ga Ori no Justice, Mari Ari is my justice, is commonly used to declare support for this pairing. I swear, trying to speak the Japanese for this is gonna kill me soon. For the next pairing, it'll be Marisa and Sakuya, or Saku Mari. The first time they talked was stage 5 of EOSD, where Marisa expressed some desires to become a maid. And why, Marisa, would you want to be the head maid? Additionally, in immaterial in stage 3 of Sakuya's route, Sakuya somehow managed to walk to Marisa's shop without getting lost, and Sakuya remarked how she was special for managing to do so. In Phantasmagoria, in stage 5A of Marisa's route, they'll note that there are no flowers growing in either person's place of residence. A common depiction is that Marisa still sneaks around the library and looks for medicinal herbs in the Forest of Magic, with Sakuya helping along. To be honest, I've never noticed this pairing. Hell, even now I'm learning something new. The phrase Sakyumari wa ori no seiki, Sakyumari is my sanctuary, is commonly used to declare support for this pairing. The next one is no surprise, but it's Marisa and Patchouli, or Pachi Mari, and less commonly Mari Pachu, Pachi Mari, and Mari Pachi. Holy shit! How many names do you need to describe for one bloody pairing? Anyway, one of the endings to EOSD, plus articles from Perfect Memento in Strict Sense and Bohemian, all make reference to Marisa stealing books from Patchouli's library in the Scarlet Devil Mansion. It is assumed that there is a reason Patchouli tolerates this. In fanworks, Patchouli is often shown sharing her books reluctantly with Marisa in order to have a reason to spend more time with her. In the doujin and fanfics, she fights with Alice over who gets Marisa. Yeah, you tend to see the Alice vs Patchouli if you delve anything with Marisa. The phrase Shogai Pachimari Hito Shuji, lifetime Pachimari resolution, is commonly used to declare support for this pairing. Time to bring in Manosuke or Rinnosuke just to be safe. Apparently the pairing doesn't have a fused name. I will bloody take that. Rinnosuke has known Marisa since she was a child, worked for her father, and created her mini Hakuro. The two are occasionally portrayed as harboring affections toward each other. Sounds like knowing an older person figure while having a crush on them type of deal. The next pairing will involve Marisa and Nitori. This pairing is called Nitomari. This pairing was inspired by the option of choosing Nitori as Marisa's yokai partner in Subterranean. Not much in terms of their backstories for their pairing, but I can't complain, less work for me. The phrase Kyo no Jiken wa Nitomari, today's experiment is Nitomari, is commonly used to express support for this pairing. Experiment for days! To finish up the cast of the SDM, let's talk about Flandre, or the pairing called Fura Mari. Upon defeating Flandre in EOSD, Marisa suggests for Flandre to get married with Reimu, for example. At times, fans will couple the young vampire with Marisa instead. Actual Flandre and Reimu pairing is very uncommon, almost never seen, though the latter is still the one who gave her the hint. I also have never seen a Reimu and Flandre work before till now. The phrase Furi Mari ga Watashi no Jinsei, Furi Mari is my vitality, is commonly used to declare support for this pairing. I don't know if Marisa has the vitality to keep up with a 494-year-old vampire with a shit ton of power. I just hope so. Speaking of Mima, another pairing is Marisa or Mima, or called Mima Risa. Marisa debuted in Story, the second Touhou game, as its 5th stage boss. Mima was this game's 6th stage boss, leading fans to think that Mima has the master and or mother figure to Marisa in the PC98 era. I have definitely seen a lot of works related to that, and I wouldn't complain if it were true. The last pairing on this list is Marisa and Yuuka, or Yu-Mari. This is actually more popular than Yuuka and Reimu. The fact that there was a Yuuka and Reimu to begin with was surprising. But anyway, due to the notion that Marisa's trademark Master Spark was originally used by Yuuka, who would be much less than pleased about the issue. It would suck to have one of your abilities to be stolen. Anyway, that sums up this entire video. A lot of shit has been spoken, which was killer for me, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something from it. The next one on this list will be Reimu. I mean, we can't forget about the other mascot for the series. But like always, this is Magi, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.